Your blonde bombshell here, and yes, we're getting ready for another question and answer. Everybody's asking me when are we going to do some more relationship questions? Coming up, but before we do some relationship questions, I need to remind each and every one of you that uh, there is a card shower going on for my grandfather right now, and his name is Wayne, Wayne McDowell, capital M, lowercase c, big D, Owell, and his address 901 South 15th Street, Mattoon, Mattoon, Illinois, 61938. He's turning 96 years young on June 23rd. He's a World War II veteran, loves country music, the St. Louis Cardinals. Um, he would love to hear from you. Drop him a line. That's for the card shower. I also need to remind you that there is a little birthday celebration for him June 23rd at Peterson Park on the east side. We're going to be there from, well, I have to be there at noon because I have to start cooking, and I'll be there till 6 p.m. to clean up. But the party itself is from 1 to 5. There will be door prizes, but the main prize is spending the gift of time with Grandpa to let him know how special and important he is. At this time, we're going to do 20 questions, and this is question and answer 53. Can you imagine that? Anyway, here we go. I have some coupons. I'm like, what is that over there? And I put them over there, and wow, they're falling down. I have to go pick them up after this is over. First question. Are rich people happier than you, less happier, or about the same? You know, I always say that money shouldn't make us happy at any capacity. Just because you get paid a little bit more than somebody else doesn't make you better than somebody else. Doesn't make you rich. Because it's not what you have in the bank that makes you rich. It's what makes you you, your personality, your friends, how you treat people, how you go forth in life. So I would say that rich people probably are less happy than I am. What would you say or do if you were standing in line and someone cut in front of you? If it's for food, I'm good. They can cut in front of me. If it's for meeting somebody, no, you're going to have to step back. Do you ever feel guilty about killing insects or rodents? I have actually said, oh, take it outdoors because, you don't want him to not be able to ever return to his insect family. I don't know why. Can you be a very poor but happy person? I would say yes. I mean, money is the root of all evil. I do believe that. I believe that, it can cause you an early death worrying about how you're going to make ends meet, so just live your life. Would you shoot a burglar? No, but I would take a cast iron skillet. Would you rather be known for your looks or your personality? Definitely my personality. Any day of the week. Which things do you fear? Failure, water, spiders, crowds, hair loss, injections, blood, sirens. It's kind of funny, okay? Sirens, I have this thing. I got awarded the Safe Driver Award first. Let's go with that with my driver's license. And as many of you seen, it got renewed this week. But I have this fear of ambulances being in or around my vicinity. Kid you not. My niece has not let me outlive this thing that happened to us. She was in the back seat of the car. My grandpa was over here. My mom and grandma at the time was out at Sarah Bush. And this ambulance was behind us. And I was like, oh my land, it's an ambulance. What do I do? I actually said that out loud. Even Kenzie's like, I would know that. You just stop and let them go through. And, I don't know. There's just sometimes when you're not thinking, but you say stupid stuff out loud. That was one of those moments. And for some reason, sirens like that just throw you off. Blood, yes. I don't like the sight of my own blood. Injections, I have a fear of needles. Hair loss, it's part of life. Part of my PCOS. Crowds, I don't like big crowds because of, No good ever comes from big crowds. Think of it that way. Spiders, oh, I no thank you. Water, yes, I can't swim. I have a fear of water. Failure, not so much, because we all make mistakes, but then we should learn from them. What wakes you up in the middle of the night? Scary dreams. Let's just go there. Scary dreams, okay? Dreams that you're like going, whoa, is that for real? You know? And you're just having to really go, okay, wait a minute, let me look at my settings and my surroundings and see if that actually happened. You get angry with yourself when I am my own worst critic. I can probably pick apart myself within like 3 minutes, even less than that, maybe 2 seconds. I'll be like, look at that hairstyle, look at that, oh my land, I should have been wearing makeup. I get angry at myself a lot because it's like I'm not perfect. But then again, who is? What was the smartest decision you ever made? To get out of credit card debt. I would say that was probably the smartest decision I ever made. What would you like to be famous for? You know, I don't like the word famous, first and foremost. And if I was to be quote unquote famous, I would want it to be for something good, something positive in this world, because there's so many negatives. So that's what I would say, something positive, like a positive impact I've made in this world. And hopefully that's with adoption. So I would say I would like to be famous for being an adoptive mom who was able to say, I treated that kid like it was my own and mean it. What will your next milestone be in your life? In my life, right away it'll be turning 42 in August. But the next milestone that I look for in my life is to adopt. I don't look for anything else. What was the worst storm you've ever been in? Oh, oddly enough, it was to go see Bill Anderson in Cesar, Illinois. Grandma and Grandpa was sitting in the car, and at the time, my mom and me were sitting outside, and everybody was like going, oh, usually during Cesar days, we have this really bad storm, so be prepared to go back and run for it and get through these trees, which was like a maze. And they were telling us that the gazebo pulled up so we could even go down inside the gazebo. And I'm like, what kind of storms do you have? And they're like, oh, it's like tornado-like winds. So that was probably the worst storm ever situation. And it was scary because I got to see this tree go down behind me and there was a guy underneath the tree. I can remember the EMS guy having to work with him to get him free from that. It was just traumatic. What was your worst TV series? What was the worst TV series ever made? Worst TV series ever made. So many of them I didn't watch growing up. I didn't watch Seinfeld. I didn't watch, what was another one that, Hill Street Blues. So I don't know if there's, to me there's just things I didn't watch, so I'm not uneducated to really say that they're the worst. Just things I'm just not familiar with, I would say. Are you mild or hot-tempered? That's all in who you ask. I would say I'm a little bit of both, but then that's what makes life exciting. Sometimes frustrating, but exciting. Are you regarded as a sensitive person or not? Sometimes, not all the time. Sometimes I don't think people think before they speak. And when they put somebody down or run their reputation in the ground, to me, I don't dig that. Because when you're on the other end of that receiving that verbal beating, sometimes you don't ever get free of that person's wrath of words. And that wrath of words costs you your entire future. In what ways has aging changed your life? I would say my land, when you go through what I've went through in my lifetime, you can go back and you see little things, and you're like going, if I could just have done this or done that to make my life better. But then you don't get a second chance to do those improvements. You just have to live with how the cards you're dealt and go, I'm sorry, and just hope that that's good enough. But sometimes it isn't. So then you're left being a lonely, grouchy old bombshell. Would you rather wake up early or sleep in late? I would like to sleep in late, but for some reason my cat lately is going through this, Donna, you gotta get up. And he'll get me up way too early, and then I'll try to go back to sleep, and I'll toss and turn, set the alarm. I may get like an extra 15 minutes, but yeah, it's not good. But tomorrow's my day off, so maybe that'll be a good day. What modern day convenience do you consider a convenience as well as a pain in the neck? Without a doubt, it's my cell phone. Sometimes when you want to hear from somebody, it can just brighten your day to get a random text message. Sometimes when you don't want to hear from somebody, it can just blow your day to bits and smithereens by getting a text message. But, it's funny. In modern day technology, it's a blessing, it's a curse. Think of it that way. Next, I'm going to do 2 book reviews with you in the same book, and you don't want to miss it.